Romania for me is family, it's love, very naturey, and I feel like peaceful. I would go up to our garden and sit in this tree and just like look over the entire little village that we were in. I feel like there's a lot of sweetness thinking back to all my family, all the friends that I had back in the day, but also bitter because it also reminds me of the past, and I feel like I'm somebody that likes to live in the present and excited about the future. Romania's just home. I feel like I'm kind of biased in regards to how life was. There's just one long street that just runs through the entire village. There's hills everywhere, just very beautiful nature-wise, but it's very small. The main attraction to it is this big fortress in the middle of the town. It's like in the town center where all the stores are, and it's very active at night. I would sit in the garden on the top of the hill, and you could just see everything. My school was basically on the other side of that long road. And I remember one time I told my grandpa that I wanted to walk home alone, and he let me reluctantly, but while I was walking home, I remember seeing him in the car on in the center with just like looking at me. So I was like, you didn't leave me alone, you liar. For me, life back then was happy and carefree and just beautiful. But I can see why for my family it wasn't, and that's why they wanted to move to the US to have a better life for me and my sister. My family signed up for this visa program where basically it's like a lottery. You get picked or you don't get picked to get a visa to go to wherever you want to go, and they signed up for the United States and they got very lucky and ended up getting it. And I remember thinking, how do you even get there? I thought that you just flew straight up and you get to America. You hear of the United States, you think, you know, the land of dreams. It's where people come to be successful. So they just wanted to make sure that we were capable of having a better life. I think the biggest struggle that they had coming here is leaving behind all their friends and all their family. It's not easy to move across the world from everything that you've known your entire life, leaving your family behind, your friends behind. One, you don't know what's gonna happen, so you don't know if you're ever gonna see them again. You don't know if they're living their life away from you, so that's also very scary. Because they didn't speak English very well, they couldn't make friends. Their entire life at the time was working so that they could provide for us, so they could move us to a home, because we were living in an apartment back then. My dad literally had to, at one point, work for not only to take care of me and my sister, but also to get my mom through college. So they didn't have time to go out and socialize or to make friends or to do pretty much anything other than work and then come home, be exhausted, and go to sleep, which is really sad. I'm sure they were just hoping for the best.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Kofila. How are you?
I'm good. Hi.
How is life?
Life is good. We're just filming that Origins video that I was talking about.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. And we were talking about you guys pretty much giving up your entire life for a better life for me and Dee.
It's just a joke, no?
Not a joke. You guys actually did that. Did you not?
Of course. You're our babes, no?
I was just wondering, honestly, what were you guys going through at the time?
Happy to have you guys and waiting to see what you're gonna become. And we're very proud about you. It was, I don't know, the happiest of my life. So.
The happiest of your life? Even with coming home at 6 p.m. after leaving at 5 in the morning every day and working?
No, this happened only in the last 15 years. But
15 years?
Yeah, so it was okay.
Going from a small town to a big city and then just experiencing life was weird. School was difficult in the sense of I went from a small town where everyone knew each other, so I knew everybody at my school, to a school where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know anybody. This girl comes up to me and tries to play tag with me, so she taps me on the shoulder and runs away from me. So I was like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. So I was just sitting there And then she did it again, so I was like, I didn't know what was going on because I couldn't speak the language. I remember thinking back years later to that moment. I was like, what would have happened if I played with her? Would I have had more friends? Would I have learned the language faster? Would I have been, more extroverted than I am now? I feel like the hard time for me when it comes to school was at the very beginning when I didn't know English. I would sob my eyes out while doing my homework. I didn't know how to write in English. I always wished that I could go out with friends and do things. Video games were what kind of saved me that entire time when I felt like I didn't really have that many friends.
Hey guys, Syndicate here, and welcome back in the world of My Night, and I'm just gonna throw something right here real quick.
I don't know if you know who Syndicate is. I was watching My Night. That was like, he did like this whole server with people, and that's who brought me to Twitch, because he would stream every day at 12, he would stream My Night, and I would watch it. Because I was so into World of Warcraft, I found the World of Warcraft section, and I would watch people like Soda Pop and Mitch Jones, Sony. I would watch just everybody. I was like, this seems really cool and really fun. I never really had the idea that I would ever do it, but I always kind of wanted to.
A Fortnite esports event in Las Vegas drew nearly 700,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch.
During like the whole phase where Fortnite was blowing up, my dad was able to see that you can make a living off of it. And I was in college, not really knowing what I wanted to do. I went undeclared, changed to psychology, and I was at the point where I was like, I really don't know what I want to do with my life. So my dad was like, why don't you give it a try? And I was like, I don't have the setup for it. And he was like, oh, okay. Builds a setup for himself. He's like, you can use this to play Fortnite and stream off of. And I was like, oh, okay. And then never ended up giving it back to him because he was like, no, it's yours now, So he just gave me his setup.
Remember when you said that you were making your own PC and then you ended up just giving it to me to stream?
Yeah, I made my PC. I said, I was so happy I can play now Skyrim. The next day, I was on the old one.
Well, you're the one who gave me the other PC.
Yes, because she was always in my room.
I was invading your privacy?
Yeah, exactly.
He saw how much I loved it, so I kept at it. I would only stream on the weekends because I went to college and I dormed there, and I kept doing it.
White, got him.
I got to a point where I was growing a lot.
Oh my God. Let's go!
I was making more off of streaming than my dad and my mom were combined. So that's when my dad was like, yeah, this is like if you need to, you can take a year off from school, because I was like 1 year away from finishing. To pursue this, because I feel like this is what you love and this is what you want to do, and it's okay to like take a year off. And I said, if I take a year off, I'm not going back. So I finished college, and I went full-time streaming, and now I'm here.
I knew since you was born. When you got you home, you had such a big and loud voice. I said, this girl is gonna do a TV on football,
On football?
Back in Romania was a guy, he was all the time screaming, goal, goal! And you're sounding like him.
So you knew from the beginning when I started streaming that I would make it to where I am now?
You always, when you like something and you enjoy doing something, you put in everything, all your heart.
When Team Liquid reached out to me, I remember being very excited. My dad's been very adamant on, yeah, let's go Liquid, and he wears the Alixxa Fortnite Team Liquid apparel pretty much every day. Team Liquid was the one organization that was like, yes, like they're everything that I value in a person is what they are. We just knew after that everything was gonna be different. I feel like who I am on stream is exactly who I am when I'm alone. I'm very comfortable on stream, so I'm very comfortable showing the weird side of me. It's also important for me to show that it's okay to be weird and it's okay to be loud, right? Because I'm a very loud person. Whoever you are as a person, it's a good thing to show that and be true to yourself. It's all about just hard work, determination, and not letting the haters and the negative comments get to you, which is easier said than done. I would know, because I have moments where I go weeks without caring about a single comment that I get that's negative, and then one day I'll have a bad day, and every single small comment, even if it's not negative, will get to me. It's also kind of discouraging for women to want to get into it because of all the comments that they get and all the negativity surrounding it. And it's honestly, in the end, it's all a mental game, and you have to just have a strong mental. And when you're constantly met with so much negativity, it's hard to even want to try.
I appreciate that all you guys here are very kind and accepting, and it makes me happy that we have a community where we can be ourselves.
There's so much stigma around the toxicity and the negativity in the gaming community, and I feel like it's important to kind of show that it's not that there's so much positivity, there's so many friendships that come out of gaming. There's so many people that have reached out to me since I started streaming that it makes their day better when they kind of see kind of the positivity that I kind of show on stream, and just like the loudness and the crazy that I am. Just be kinder than you feel. That's really all you can be.
I'm part of Team Liquid!
I feel like my goal in life has always been to be able to give back to my family like twice over what they've given me. My parents have literally given up their entire life to make sure that me and my sister are okay for like our future. So I want to be able to support them financially, emotionally, spiritually, and just like in any way that I can. The reason why I work so hard for like what I do is because I want them to be proud of me. So anytime that they say that they're proud of me, or that like my dad tells me that I'm doing great and that he's proud of me, it makes me cry. And I feel like that's another reason why I'm very like kind and positive, and like I have a good outlook on situations, because they've always had a positive outlook for me. So now I want to kind of put out that energy into the world for them. I can look back on everything that's happened and I'm just like, you know, I'm really lucky. I'm really grateful that my parents decided to move us here. There's been so many amazing opportunities, and I'm just really thankful for everything that they've done for me.
I really appreciate not only you guys for supporting my stream, but also just supporting my life. I just wanted you to know that I appreciate it and that I love you guys.
Yeah, we know, Konaki. We love you too, and enjoy your life over there, and do what is best for you.
Even though the journey has been really difficult, I'm really grateful for where I am, and I genuinely don't think I would want to be anywhere else.